creative mommy of two, and welcome back on my channel. Today we are going to do a whip and chat, so grab out whatever it is for you. So whatever your work in progress is. And yeah, let's have a ramble, shall we? I now all of a sudden see that there did pop a drill off, so by coincidence I'm working on the color, so I did just off screen put it in the right place. But yeah, I am still working on the feathers diamond painting that I'm working on for I don't know how long already. It is from a store here in the Netherlands called Action. I really do like how it is turning out. After this section I just need 2 more and then it's done, so not too terribly much anymore and then it's finished. I am thinking of doing one of my round canvases after this one, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So let me know, would you like me to do a actual literally round canvas? Or you like grab the oldest off-screen project, as I call them. They are most of the times the somewhat cheaper kits. I most of the times do like my name brands, like Diamond Dark Club, Dreamer Designs, Carrot Arts and whatever. I do those in the evening as time lapses. And most of the times the more budget friendly, like this one, like Action, Vibra, whatever else all I can find, I most of the times do them during WIP and Chats, or just whenever I want to do something during the day and I don't have a specific project to work on. But yeah, so first off, how are you all doing? I hope you had a good week. My week was, as per usual, all over the place. I am actually filming a day earlier than I normally do, because it is Monday today. Normally I film my whip and chats on a Tuesday. Also, if you hear my dishwasher in the background, I'm sorry. I decided to start filming and I already put on the dishwasher, so sorry if there is some regular household items in the background. You can also potentially hear the cat if she has zoomies again, because we put a new, like one of these, like, yeah, we call it fur mice, bondmuisjes, for the cat down, and Lucia absolutely loves them. It actually surprises me that she didn't put one in our bed last night, because we gave her one Saturday, Sunday, not entirely sure, but something like it. And yeah, so yeah, she actually like loves them and she loves to destroy them, and many times she likes to play with them in the evening and then drop them in our bed when they were all like completely chewed on and wet from saliva and everything. And but yeah, if you throw them out of the bed, she just picks them up, starts to play fetch, because yeah, she's a dog like that. It's a cat, but she's a dog. But yeah, so that's a possibility. Like not too long ago, she also started with that, but who knows? She might be silent for a little bit. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, yesterday we had one of those days that nothing goes according to plan. So that didn't really work out. Didn't know what all happened, but I do know that we had a day of like, are you flipping kidding me? We were both tired as heck. Because in the night from Saturday up Sunday, we had some idiot ring our doorbell and knocking on our door at like 1:30 at night. So we were fast asleep, nicely in the dream world. And all of a sudden our doorbell goes and we were like, what in the actual fudge's name? And like it kept going and kept going. We have thankfully a camera doorbell, so we're like, okay, let's see what it is, because yeah, most of the times if it's like police or something, they bang on your door and yell police, so you would know it is police. But yeah, they didn't, so it was like a small car in front of our door. and like a what looked like a bit of an older person. So we're like, what the F do we get now? So husband put in his clothes because yeah, going to the door in your pajamas that late at night, if you don't know what the hell is going on, not always the smartest move. So I put his clothes on, grabbed the Mac light because we have that on our windowsill in the bedroom, especially for these cases. It always has these batteries that you never have around when you need them, so it's a good, yeah, it's a good thing to hit with if it's necessary, because that thing is heavy. It had some weight to it. So husband walks downstairs, open the door, and like, what? So the person called out our number of our house. I was thinking, I was still in bed looking at the camera in the meantime, and I was like, gee, no shit, Sherlock, the number is like next to our door. Obvious you are at the right number. They were saying like, food? I was like, we didn't order a thing. Don't know what, but then there was again, that number. Yeah, but we didn't order a thing. So husband closed the door. The person obviously did not speak too terribly well Dutch. So we're like, we couldn't even ask him like what he needed to. Or like if he was like, okay, I'm looking. If he now asked like, okay, I'm looking for this person, then we could have said like, you have the wrong address. I don't know where the person lives, but not here. Has happened one time that we had a delivery guy and that needed to be to our neighbors. Thankfully, that was at a decent time. That was just at like 6 o'clock or something. They was like, oh, sorry, mix the addresses up, mix the doors up or whatever, and went to the neighbors. But yeah, this was strange and annoying. So husband closed the door, he came back up, and we heard the person, yeah, I saw on the camera in the meantime that he was grabbing his phone. So he would probably call to the restaurant for what he was delivering. And we heard some, I almost want to say yelling, because I couldn't understand him because he was talking in a foreign language. But I think if he would have spoken Dutch, that I could have understood every single word. So, yeah. So that loud. And then after a little bit, got in the car, sat there for a bit more, and then drove off. So we're like, yeah, whatever. But it gave us quite of a jump scare in the middle of the night. Because, yeah, who expects their doorbell to go off when they're asleep for like 2 hours already? Well, not 2, but at least an hour, hour and a half. So, yeah. Afterwards, I hardly could go back to sleep, so it took me a while. So both husband and I were tired as could be. Thankfully, the kids were at least somewhat nice and were nice enough at least to sleep in for a bit longer. Not that it was like that long that I was like feeling great. Both me and husband both woke up with like a groggy body. Because I was feeling like almost dizzy when I woke up. I was like, whoa, what do we get here? Got a bit nauseous of it because, yeah, I was still in my bed and felt like the world was spinning for a few seconds. Then I got a terrible headache. My stomach was not really playing nicely along, so yeah, that wasn't nice. But yeah, thankfully I got some medication and it was fine again. Took a while, but it at least felt better. So, yeah. But yeah, it kept all going, like, not according to plan. Like, bumping into stuff, and I don't know what all happened, but yeah, it was annoying. It was so bad of a day. Got also a notification that one of the other moms that is with me in like the group for like the fruit cutting at school, that her daughter was still sick, so she wasn't able to come today. So I was like, yeah, I'm coming. That's fine. So I did that this morning. We had a bit of an issue. Normally on Friday and on Tuesday, we get the delivery of the fruits on Friday for the week after, and then on Thursday, well, at least for the Monday and the Tuesday, and then on Tuesday we get for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, the concierge at school, janitor, or however you want to call it, her. Okay, somewhere a drill went flying, but I can't find it. Oh well, I will find it sometime. But yeah, so she just put the cards in like our quote unquote room and basically just left it. She saw that there were some kiwis in there and basically put them in the fridge. You have kind of a big fridge, not like a walk-in fridge or anything, but it's like a bigger size of a standard fridge. So she saw those, put those in the fridge. I was like, well, those are not really necessary, but better them in the fridge than being moldy. So we're like, okay, fine by me. But then we went to unpack the rest. Thankfully, she at least opened the bags where the bananas were in, because those always get nasty as hell. That's so disgusting if you have like bananas that are completely wet, because they are in these like banana boxes, but there's like plastic in them, and there is, yeah, it's sealed off basically. So yeah, all the moisture that is trapped in the bag, and it's so disgusting because you get from these like really wet, soggy bananas. Thankfully, they were at least yellow and not green, so that's a bonus. We've had multiple times that they were basically all still green. But yeah, then we were further along in the box. Well, I saw it earlier. I looked from the side in the box, like, what do we all have now? And I saw there were some strawberries. Opened the box, there were also raspberries in the same box. Yeah, they have been standing outside of the fridge in just room from Friday till now. Well, this morning. I can tell you, they almost started walking them away themselves. It was kind of disgusting. And there were a few strawberries that were like savable, so every glass, like, there were boxes of strawberries that we just needed to throw out because it was so much mold. There were a few that were like just beginning, so we're like, yeah, those we can salvage, but that's about it. So we had like, I think we had beforehand something like 16 boxes. Well, we finally, but like a lot of effort, we could like make 9 of them. So yeah, me and the other person were not happy. So the other person is actually our neighbor. And I was already like, okay, I need to be on Friday in school anyway to pick up her daughter, like the end of the day. I'm just coming in and I will on Fridays put everything away, because apparently last week on Monday they also needed to throw away all the grapes. We had a few boxes of those, but that was also nothing too terribly special. So I was like, you know what? We're not going to fuss. I'm just going to do that each Friday. Because she was saying like it was apparently kind of a mess on Friday. So she was like, it was a mess and she wasn't able to do anything. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. So at least we know we have something decent. And it doesn't happen like another week, because it's too bad, because like it's wasteful. We don't like it. And yeah, I'm in the school anyway, so, well, it's the playground, but same idea. On Tuesday, when the rest comes, it's apparently not necessary. So I was like, okay, fine by me, if you say so. But yeah, I was also saying, like, if it ends up being necessary, just let me know, because yeah, I'm at home anyway, so I need to go to school anyway. So for me, it's not too bad if I say, like, instead of like 2:45, I go at like 2:30, so I can take everything that needs to be in the fridge, put it in the fridge, take everything like that's in the bags, take them out of the bags, so it's not building up the moisture and rotting away that way. So yeah, that's my new part of the job, quote unquote. But yeah, it's so flipping bad if every single week you need to throw away stuff that is perfectly avoidable if somebody pays attention. But oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Let's not fuss about that too much. But yeah, so that's like my new thing starting this Friday. Good that I already like told it, because apparently this Friday the janitor is not in school because she has a weekend away, and yeah, she arranged a day off, which is perfectly fine. That teachers also do that every now and then. Well, in this case, she's a janitor, but same idea, same idea. Still somebody in school system. So yeah, that's a good thing, because I do fear that otherwise nobody would pay attention to it, and they would have most likely have just been basically putting it up. If you were lucky and it would have even been moved upstairs, it would probably been like into our storage area and nothing more, so most likely that would be bad. Yeah, at least now I can figure it out. Maybe I'm going to ask tomorrow or something, like, hey, what time does it normally come in? Because if it's coming in the morning, maybe that I'm, if nothing else, start at least in the morning. Because yeah, I also need to pick up our son from school. Let's see, this one. So yeah, it might be that I'm like, okay, I start at like, what is it, like 11:30 or something, because they are done at 12. And then if I don't get everything done, I'll just quickly jump in when I am going to pick up our daughter from school. But that's like open for a debate. Yeah, it's a whole lot of something. But at least the kids get fruit from school, so they are getting some nice vitamins in, so it's something. Also on Saturday we did some shopping. Well, we actually didn't get anything, but we did some shopping for a Christmas tree. We have been eyeing a tree for like a couple of time, for a longer time, but we weren't able to get it into a store where we could actually see it. Well, we were kind of glad that we didn't see it beforehand, because it was not the best tree when we actually saw it. So yeah, we ended up not buying it, but we at least know a little bit better of like what kind of tree do we like, so that's a good thing. Yeah, for the rest we didn't do too terribly much, because yeah, we decided to watch for the tree like around like 11 in the morning or something. So we're like, you know what, we're first going to eat and then we're gonna go. So by the time we actually went, it was like in the afternoon. So by the time we got back, it was like 3:30 or something. And we're like, yeah, it's not useful for us to go upstairs and do something on the attic again. So that made me a little bit grumbly because it's, yeah, a whole lot of something. But yeah, my husband was saying that he had like a lot of vacation days that he still needs to take. So this week he is off on Tuesday. So that's why I am filming today. Because that was basically like the only day he could take off, because his co-workers, like a few others, were off on Thursday and stuff like that. So there would be nobody in the office, so that wouldn't help. But yeah, so at least tomorrow we get some stuff done. Also talked about it like already, like okay, we anticipate at least that we get like the wall stuff and everything done tomorrow. So then we can see like, okay, what do we actually want, like cabinet wise? We have seen like a system that we want, but we need to figure out like, okay, what do we want, like shelves or drawers or whatever all else. And yeah, we need to figure that part out. Also, like for the underfloor, for under the carpet tiles, we need to figure that out. So maybe we can at least like do some online researching during the week of like, okay, what kind of stuff do we need? Like, is there something specific or not? Because we're both not like carpenters or anything. We are both just doing whatever we think is right. Which probably still many times is wrong, but I will. But so at least like if we have everything figured out the weekends, we might be able to do something on Sunday. It also depends a bit on like how everything goes. Because on Saturday our daughter will be going up for her A diploma with swimming. So yay! I'm curious about that because I personally, I think her swimming is good enough, because both her own swim school and the one where she swims with like school both say that she's ready to go up for her A diploma. But it's a bit of a question like how she will react with like the busyness and everything. So that's a bit of a gamble, sort of. Also, that's the day where Sinterklaas is arriving in the Netherlands, so that will also be giving a little bit of busyness. So, yeah, all in all, it will be a strange weekend, but we're like, if we get, most likely we can at least decide, like, okay, if we indeed get it fixed, to have tomorrow our walls fixed, then we can decide like, okay, is there anything like wood wise and everything that we still need to keep up the stairs at least for a little bit, so we know like, okay, do we need something like backup or anything, so that we can like fix that. All the rest I then can start with like throwing at like our garbage in the containers, like, well, at least have it aside for the recycling for whenever we are going to do that, because we are trying to save everything up for now. And we also want to see like, okay, are we able to get all the furniture in one go, like in our own car, or do we need help with it, or how are we going to fix it? So that's like a bit like, if we are in no way possible of getting it ourselves, then maybe we're going to say like, okay, we are going to have it delivered. That's maybe like an option or something. We don't have like a, I don't know what the word is, like the thing where you can attach like a, what's the word? I'm going to say caravan because that's the only thing like towable that I can think of now, because I do know the Dutch word aanhanger, but I'm not sure what the English word is. So yeah, my brain is not braining as per usual. because my brain is all over the place. But yeah, we're alive, so we're getting somewhere. My brain is not completely gone. But yeah, so we don't have that, so we can't like have a thing to tow. Maybe we do need to ask my father-in-law, so husband's dad, for that. But that's like all open for debate. We need to see how everything turns out and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, also like flooring wise, like how much do we need? Like, is that also like something we can take ourselves? Because we have just a regular car, at least for Dutch standards, it's a regular car. I think for the States it's a tiny car, but we have a regular Ford Fiesta, which isn't too bad, but here in the Netherlands at least, it's just your average car. But especially with having two kids, we also have two car seats. And yeah, I'm not really in the mood to take everything out of the car, then go to the store, pick everything up, and needing to drive like 2 or 3 times if it isn't too terribly expensive to just have the store just have it delivered to us ourselves. So that's like a thing that we need to look out at. We have already noticed, like last time when we needed stuff, that many times we can better go to the store, pay it up front, and then we just have to pay like something like €20 for delivery. And then they come bring it with Sammy and everything, so that's easier. But yeah, it's still like needing to look into things like that. Husband's already looking at like, okay, when can he be off again? But if we are able to get like in the weekend or around the weekend our stuff sorted, so we have everything somewhat close to us, or if we can have it delivered, I can already start building furniture. We only need to figure out how to put it in place and everything. That's the thing I need hubby with. I can also start with the flooring and everything, so hopefully that moves along everything a bit. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's like a big project. It's giving me loads of stress. So yeah, if you've been it before, you're probably getting totally annoyed with my attic, but so am I. So am I. Yeah, for the rest, what else did we do? Yeah, just regular school week for the kiddos. Wednesday, daughter had swimming lessons again. This week, last week I was able to stay home with our son. And this week is my week to go again, so oh well. Yeah, then hopefully next week she can go with her diploma to her swimming lessons to show that she got it. Fingers crossed. She needs to be at the pool at 12 o'clock on Saturday, so if you could cross your fingers with me, it would be very much appreciated. Yeah, on Thursday, after I did the fruit cutting, I ended up going to the store with my neighbor. I might actually invite her to go with me again this week, but then to another store, because that's a store that she was actually seeing already like weeks ago that she wanted to go, and we keep forgetting to make like a date of like when are we gonna go. So I was thinking like maybe this week would be fun. But yeah, we ended up going to the Action. I wanted to see if they had the Stitch Diamond painting. By now it is up on the channel, or at least like when this video goes up on the channel. I have unboxed it on Friday, and uploaded this the weekend, so on Monday, so for me it is today, I will have a budget Disney licensed video going up, And I do see I missed a total patch of this color. So yeah, I got 2 Disney kits. I actually was wanting the Stitch version as well, because my daughter all of a sudden decided that she likes Stitch as well. Fine by me. There's a lot to find about with Stitch on it, so. But yeah, it's really popular, so sadly for her, also a bit for me, it wasn't available, because they didn't have that one in store. They had all the other 3 versions, but not the Stitch. So I got a Simba one and a Ariel one, which the kids were also excited about. But when I opened the box, I found out that it has actually special drills. It's all fully rhinestones. So that took me by surprise. If you watched the Dutch version, you probably noticed. But yeah, it was a fun surprise. They were just €3 each, so it was a nice small thing. But yeah, as I said, sadly, no Stitch. But yeah, I ended up going there to see if they had the Stitch. Again, sadly, they didn't. But they had the Ariel and Simba one there as well. I already got them on Wednesday. But our neighbor was like, "Oh, that sounds fun," because she was already telling that her kids actually want to start diamond painting. But she's like, not sure if they want to or not. I'm like, yeah, I can see if I have something in like my stash that I can give you. That's no worries. But we ended up going to the store because I was debating like if we should go or not, and we talked about it. And I was like, "Oh, we're gonna come with me. Maybe that's fun." And she was like, "Yeah, sure." So she ended up buying the diamond paintings for herself. So I was like, "Fine by me. If you need anything, like let me know." And it was actually on Thursday. I unboxed it after we came back, so I saw like what all was in there. So decided like, okay, I'm just going to give you a small care package so you can see like if it's anything, if it's successful. I don't know if the wax that's in there is really good, so I'm just going to give you some like basics. If you need more, let me know, but at least you have some options, because there was a lot of multi-placing in that kit. But there was no multi-placer, so I decided like I give her just a 3-placer so the kids can, if they want to, place more at the same time. But it's not like a 12-placer where they need to test it out quite a lot before they can actually like work with it, because they're the same age as my daughter is, and she is 7. So even though our son at the moment is the one that's most addicted to diamond pinning I almost wanted to say in the house, but that's me. He already finished a small diamond painting that will be coming up somewhat soon on the channel. I think like in a couple of weeks. It's two small little kittens in a teacup. It's stinking adorable. So yeah, he finished that already, while our daughter did the unicorn version that I unboxed at the same time. And he was yesterday already asking, well, he was the entire week already asking to do another thing, but I needed to figure out like something to put it in, because yeah, I wanted to kit it up for him on Friday, because he asked me like when he came back from school, like, can I diamond paint after lunch? It's like, sure, I'm going to see like first what I can kit it up in, and afterwards you can if you want. Well, it had 17 colors, I believe, so I wasn't able to kit it up in the containers that I had before. So I ended up did it actually yesterday in the morning. I decided to take my own storage that I used for like the shorts and everything, because I'm almost done with the shorts for this year. I decided to like, you know what, I'm just going to give that to him so he can work on his kit. I can also work from bags. It's not my go-to, but it's working somewhat. Yeah, so he already started on that one. Our daughter wanted to diamond paint as well in the afternoon, but she did like half an hour, if that at all. I think like more like 15 minutes or something. And she was done with it again. Well, our son, well, I was like, okay, it's now time for you to stop. But he actually wanted to continue. But yeah, I don't want him to continue too terribly long because he can like over focus on something. But yeah, he likes to place the drills. I do need to shake the tray for him because yeah, he's 5, so can't expect everything. But yeah, he places the drills, turns his canvas if he wants to. I'm like, as long as you make sure that you have the right symbol, that's fine by me. Yeah, he's now working on a small 20 by 20 colorful lion with some glow in the dark drills. So yeah, he enjoys it very much. I'm like, okay, fine by me. If I every now and then need to get him a new diamond painting or figure out something from my stash, because yeah, the more he does, the more he can get to like bigger sizes, so he can get my like, as I call them, off-screen projects, because those are most of the times not too terribly expensive with the store action, so I can then take them for him. But I had rather have that than that he climbs me up the walls because he's annoyed with everything. Yeah, it gives him something to focus on and just easily do whatever he wants. And yeah, he enjoys it, so I enjoy it with him. What else? Yeah, on Wednesday I needed to go to the dentist. I did not like it, like at all, as per usual. But thankfully the cavities weren't too terribly big, so we could also do it like without sedation. So that was nice. Obviously, there were some points when they were like opening everything up to see it like that, without being too graphic. There were a few points where I'm like, ugh, this is starting to hurt. Like, if they continue too long, I'm going to raise my hand and ask for sedation. But at a certain point, most of the times you like feel when they are like almost done. So it's like, feels like they're almost done, and they were pretty quickly soon done after that. So it's like, okay, nice. Not needing to fuss at it anymore. But yeah, thankfully they didn't take too terribly long, so that was nice. What else? Yeah, for the rest, it wasn't like too terribly exciting haul that happened. Just the regular housework and stuff. The adult version of the never-ending story. You clean, you turn around, and you can start all over again. Yay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Also have been a lot planning like last week to see like what all I want to have finished, like video wise and everything. I have already unboxed my canvas for my temperature project, which did not go according to plan, or well, not according to plan is a big word, but it's a double-sided adhesive. Didn't see that one coming. But I also didn't look at it to see if it said like double-sided or anything, so it's also partially my fault. And also I'm not too terribly fussed with it because I most of the times don't really have like issues with rivers and anything. Already told that in the video, like how I work most of the times with those kinds of canvases. Actually, in general, because I never, as soon as I get a kit in, I never unbox it directly. I always let it like sit for a bit so that it can like get used to the room temperature and everything. Most of the times I have the feeling that also relaxes a bit. Because, yeah, I personally also don't like it if I have to jump around in temperature. So having it hot 1 second and cold the next. And the other way around. So I can understand if materials have the same reactions. So yeah, I'm not too fussy with that. So thankfully that all went well. It will be coming up like in a bit. Do need to actually edit it, but it is already filmed, so that's a big part. And yeah, for the rest, I have been figuring out like what I want to do for the rest of the year, like what a video goes up when and all. So that's at least something, because I work with like small calendars, so I know like what I have already scheduled and what I do. Like I can take notes, like if I have something like, okay, I want to have this video then and that video then, and can already start making notes. So that's also nice. But yeah, for the rest, how long am I filming? Oh, I'm my usual. I think like most of my WIP and chats, especially if I'm just rambling, are about 40 minutes, 40 to 50. So I'm on point for that. But yeah, don't think I have too terribly much exciting stuff to tell you. Yeah, this year is not like a really prepared year. I have been wanting so many times to do prepared stuff and have like Dutch themed videos, and yeah, I'm not in the right headspace. So hopefully if we somewhat soon have our attic done, that hopefully by that time like my brain power gets back a little bit and I'm able to do a lot more. I at least figured out something I want to do in the weekend, or at least on Friday. So I am namely going to do some baking again, which I absolutely love because that's like my favorite pastime. And I decided to make some stuff for my husband's D&D group in like their new setting and everything. So they now have their new like their first new session on Saturday. So I'm planning on making some stuff for then. Because yeah, why not? um, yeah, I think like that's about it. So yeah, Friday will be my baking day. Love it. We'll need to do a lot of shopping before that because yeah, things did not go according to plan today. So I have to move my plans around a little bit, and yeah. So we're going to see how everything turns out. Might also be that on Thursday afternoon I start with some stuff, but I think I'm going to wait until Saturday. That's on Friday. And then like the last minute stuff needs to be done on Saturday, like right before he goes, because we are going to make some like small desserts, like in these like little glasses and everything. And one of these desserts is with banana, so we need to slice a banana. We'll probably cube it or something. But yeah, I'm not going to do that the day before because that will turn out looking nasty. So that will be a thing that I'll need to do like on Saturday, like right before he goes, basically. So as soon as we had dinner, then I can start doing that. Most of the time, husband then takes the shower, so he's nice and fresh before he goes. Because you don't want to sit close to somebody and be like, I smell you. Yeah, especially with like needing to go to the pool where the swimming is with our daughter. That place is always terribly hot. That place is like phew, way too warm, even though the water is flipping cold. Our daughter always comes out blue. But yeah, she is one that's cold really easily. But oh well. Yeah, for the rest, Yeah, nothing too terribly excited planned. The most exciting part of the entire week is hopefully finishing this part of the attic and then being able to continue with that nightmare project. And hopefully have it soon finished. But we're going to see how everything turns out. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at this. It's time for me to do some other stuff I need to do. Then in like not even an hour, I can start picking up the kids from school again. But yeah, so I am just going to leave it here. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, you know the drill. Like if you liked the video. If you didn't, you can hit the dislike button, but I still don't think you would still be here. If you haven't watched any of my videos before and this is your first video, or you come just checking in every now and then, I ask you if you might consider subscribing. It still helps out my channel a lot. And yeah, if there's anything you want to tell me, ask me, please let me know in the comment section below this video. You can also just leave an emoji if you just want to let me know that you specifically watched the video. That's also perfectly fine. All the interaction is welcome. I love reading what you all think. And yeah, all the usual stuff. So again, if you like the video, you know the drill. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!